Hey everybody, welcome back to Girl Talk. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, before we get started, if you could give me a like, share, a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all that other good stuff, I would appreciate it. So we're actually going to jump right into the condensed version of day 2 of the Lindsay Clancy trial. And we're going to speed it up just a tiny bit and also bypass some of the sidebars and breaks and things like that. So let's get right into it.
I don't think so. So as you're leaving, she asked you to make a second or another stop while you're out. Is that correct? Correct. Okay. And in response to that request, did you ask her to do something? I don't remember. I can show you page 77, lines 23 and 24. If you could just read those to yourself. Yeah, I told her to text it to me, which she did. Okay, so that refresh your memory and yep. Asked her to text it to you? Yep. And did she do so? She did. And was that at approximately 5:15 p.m. that she texted PDLX? Sounds correct. So your two stops then that night were going to be CVS and the 3V restaurant, correct? Yes. Where did you go first? CVS. And do you remember the route that you took to get there? Yeah, I went out our driveway, took a right on Winter Street, and then took a left on the main road and went to CVS. So it's a pretty direct route from your house to CVS? Yeah. Just going to have you look at the screen, if you would, to a map. And coming into this red dot here, is that the approximate location of your home at 47 Summer Street? Yeah. And then looking at this pink dot here next to Big Y, is that where the CVS is located? Yes. And that's the CVS you went to that night? Yes. About how long did it take you to get there? 3 minutes. And when you got to CVS, did you go inside? Yes. And what section did you go to in CVS? I think it was pediatrics. If we could pull up the CVS video. I'm going to ask you to look at the video here. Is that you entering the store? Yeah. Okay. And that section you head to on the right, is that the pediatric medication section? Yeah. Okay. And while you're in that section, looking for the medication, do you do something? I called Lindsay. And why did you call Lindsay? Because what we were looking for wasn't there. The shelves were pretty empty. It was still during COVID. I'm sorry, what? It was during COVID, so. Okay, so, and was that call at about approximately 5:33 p.m.? Yeah. Okay. And then, did she answer the call? Yes. She answered when you called her? Actually, I think she didn't at first. She called back. Okay. And did you receive a call back from her about a minute later at 5:34 p.m.? Yeah, that's correct. Okay. And can you describe that phone call for us? It was very brief. I just said, I think there's a generic brand, and I said, is this one okay? And she said, yeah, that's fine. And what was her demeanor during the call? She was pretty quiet. It sounded like she was busy. I remember hanging up thinking she's probably in the middle of doing baths or something like that. So it sounded to you like she was in the middle of something? Yeah. Were you able to understand her when she spoke to you? Yeah. And did she seem to understand what you were saying? Yes. And she didn't seem to have any trouble recalling why you were at CVS or what you were looking for? That's correct. And did you, in fact, purchase some Pedialyte at CVS?
Yes.
Did you purchase anything else while you were there?
Bought a pack of Skittles.
Just showing you a receipt from CVS. Does this appear to be an accurate description of what was purchased?
Yeah.
So you have the CVS receipt marked as the next exhibit.
All right. That may be admitted.
26. Then if we could have the original CVS video marked as an exhibit and the CVS timeline, the next version marked as the following.
27 and 28.
You have the original marked as 27, and the timeline is 28, please. This 27 and 28 is marked.
All right, thank you.
After you had made your purchases at CVS, where did you go next?
To 3V.
And do you remember the route you took to get there?
Yeah, I think I got on Route 3 South for just one exit, and then I got off and went straight to 3B.
And showing you the map again here on the screen, this green dot here on the bottom, is that where 3B restaurant is located?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I'd move to submit a copy, a digital copy of the map. We have it on the computer. I can make a hard copy.
That may be admitted.
We can use empty cases of marker. 29.
All right, thank you.
You can pull up the preview video, please. Now, sir, how long approximately did it take you to get from CVS to 3V?
Probably around 10 minutes.
And when you got to the 3V restaurant, did you go inside?
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask you to watch the video on the screen. At 5:54 to 15 p.m. is that you coming in behind that other couple there?
Yeah.
And what are you doing at that point when you're looking at the bags?
I think I was looking for the bag with my name on it.
Do you recall what you're doing on your phone at that time?
I don't. It could be work related. It could be anything.
And the order that was listed under your name and phone number, correct?
I think Lindsay ordered it.
Right, but do you recall whose name it was under when you picked it up?
I don't recall specifically, but it could have been mine.
Show you a receipt here from 3B restaurant for Mediterranean Parbowl and scalloped and pork belly risotto. You could just look at the name and the number on the receipt.
Yeah, that's my name and my number.
So that's your phone number?
Yep.
Okay. So although the defendant called in the order, your name and phone number were given and were given accurately, is that correct?
Correct.
If we could have the 3V video marked as the next exhibit.
Sure. That may be admitted. Can I see counsel just very briefly? Yeah.
Exhibit 37. Tell us what we're seeing here.
This is the back of the house and the window where Lindsay jumped out.
And exhibit 38 is that a more direct view of that back of the house?
Yeah.
And so the window you referenced about Lindsay, is it this upper right top window?
Yeah.
And what What is behind that window?
Our bedroom.
And the window to the left there in the middle, what room is that window in?
That's the upstairs bathroom.
And then the top window on the far left, what room is that for?
That was Dawson's bedroom.
Dawson's. And then directly below the top right window, so the bottom, far right window, what room is that window for?
The living room.
And then again, the middle window on the bottom level.
Downstairs bathroom.
And then that window on the far left there, is that the kitchen?
Yeah.
And on the far left of the photo where the sliding glass doors are, where does that lead into?
There's like a room off of the kitchen where there's a kitchen table.
When you got home and you parked your truck, how did you get into the home?
I went in through that side door.
The door that was to the left of the garage?
Yeah.
And what did you do once you got inside the home?
I started taking my boots off.
And did you have some bags with you from CVS and 3V?
Yeah.
Where did you place those?
On the kitchen island.
Show you a couple photos of that area when you came in. Just tell us if it accurately represents how that area looked on January 24th.
Yeah, that's accurate.
You have these two photos marked as the next exhibit, please.
It may be admitted.
Exhibits 39 and 40. So we're showing you what's been marked as exhibit 39. Can you tell us where the sliding glass doors are in this photograph?
They're to the left of the kitchen table.
So we have here the kitchen table, kind of in the center of the photograph, is that correct?
Yeah.
And so these are the sliding glass doors?
Yeah.
And where's the door that you came through?
To the right after the kitchen table.
Right here, next to the curtain?
Yeah.
And the door, when you're looking at the photo straight ahead, this door to the left of the mirror or the photo there, where does that lead?
Garage.
Then showing you exhibit 40. Is that where you place the bags on the island in the kitchen?
Yeah.
When you came into the house and you were taking off your boots and putting things down, was there anything you noticed?
Yeah, the house is really quiet.
Is that unusual?
Yeah.
And when you realized it was really quiet, what did you do?
I called out.
And who did you call out to?
Everyone.
Did anyone answer?
No.
After you called out and no one answered, what did you do next?
I think I don't know the order, but I called down in the basement and no one answered. And then I called Lindsay to see if she was home because I looked out and I couldn't see her car, but it's because it was dark and her car's black.
Okay, so when you say you called down to the basement, when you approached the basement door, do you remember if it was open or shut?
It was shut.
So did you open it and yell down?
Yeah.
And there was no response?
Correct.
And showing you a photo here, is that a fair and accurate depiction of the stairway down to the basement level?
Yeah.
We have this marked as the next exhibit, please.
That may be admitted.
Do you recall when you opened the door to yell down whether the light was on or off?
Yeah, it was on, but Lindsay always left the light on.
And you said you called Lindsay. Was that a phone call?
Yeah.
And was that at approximately 6:09 p.m.?
Yeah.
And did she answer? After calling down the stairs to the basement, did you leave the door open or did you close it?
I don't remember. I would think I closed it because I always try to keep it closed. I'm not sure.
Okay. And so after you called Lindsay and didn't get a response, what did you do next?
I started checking upstairs.
And where did you check upstairs?
First, the bathroom. I thought maybe they were taking baths, but there's no one there.
And then where did you go?
The kids' bedrooms.
Was there anyone in the kids' bedrooms?
No.
And then did you go to your bedroom?
Yeah.
And were you able to get into your bedroom right away?
No, the door was locked, and that's when I knew something was wrong.
And when you realized the door was locked, did you have a way to unlock it?
Yeah, the previous owners, when they installed the doorknobs, had these little keys that they taped to the back of each door. So I got the one from Cora's room, and I started unlocking the knob.
And when you unlocked the door to your bedroom, did you go in?
Yeah.
And what did you see when you opened the door and went in?
I just saw blood everywhere, and the window was open.
And showing you here a photo. Is this the bed in your bedroom?
Yeah.
Now, the way the bed is in this photo, kind of pulled away from the wall and slightly askew or at an angle, is that the way it was typically?
No.
And when you left the bedroom that day for the last time prior to coming home later that night, was the bed in that position?
I don't think so.
You have this photo marked.
It may be admitted.
You said you saw the window, is that correct?
Yeah.
Was it open?
Yeah, there was wind blowing in.
Showing you a photo here. Is that a fair and accurate depiction of how the window looked?
Yeah.
That may be admitted.
Did you walk into the room and over to the window?
No.
How far into the room did you get?
Probably 1 or 2 steps, and then I immediately turned around and went outside.
And the blood that you saw, where was that located in the room?
It was everywhere. It was, it looked like it was sprayed almost with like a hose. And there was a huge puddle in the middle of the room, and it was sprayed all over pretty much every surface. I remember it was on the doorknob.
Okay. Showing you 3 photos. Do you recognize what's depicted there? And is that a fair and accurate depiction of how the room looked on January 24th, 2023?
Yeah.
We could have these photos marked as the next exhibits.
It may be admitted.
So they're showing you what's been marked exhibit 44. Is this the entrance to the room, looking into the room?
Yeah.
And then exhibit 45, is this mirror to the right of that bureau we were just looking at?
Yep.
And this area right here, is this the blood you were referring to?
Yeah, that's some of the blood.
And then in exhibit 46, is that getting closer to the window?
Yeah.
And is that more of the blood that you were talking about?
Yeah.
Going back to exhibit 42, there's no blood on the walls or on the bedding, correct?
On those walls in the bedding, correct.
Sir, were you aware that the defendant's phone was found on the bed in the bedroom that night?
No.
They're showing you this phone with this light brown case. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
Whose phone is it?
That was Lindsay's phone.
And is this the phone that she was consistently using between September of 2022 and, well, actually August of 2022 throughout the fall and into January of 2023?
Yeah.
That may be admitted.
47. Sir, after making those observations in the bedroom, what did you do next?
I ran downstairs and went outside.
And do you recall whether you went out the front door or the back door?
I went out the back door.
So that would be the sliders, is that right?
Yeah.
And where did you go from there?
I just looked around in the backyard below that window, and I saw Lindsay.
And where did you see her?
She was face up in the backyard.
And where in the backyard was she?
At the bottom of the window.
And so, looking at exhibit 38, you said this was the window, correct? The top right?
Correct.
Where was she in relation to that window?
Directly below it.
So down here by the window well?
Yep.
For the record, I was pointing right below the bottom right window by the window well. Show you a photo of that window you were referring to. Is this the exterior view of that window to your bedroom that night?
Yeah.
We could have this one.
That may be admitted.
This is 48. Showing you exhibit 48. So the window's open, correct?
Yes.
And the screen for the window is up, correct?
Yeah.
At any point in time that night or afterwards, did you notice that the screen was cut or broken in any way?
I didn't notice that, no.
And when you saw Lindsay on the ground there under the window, which direction was her body facing?
Her head was closer to the house. Her feet were away from the house.
Okay. And did you go to her?
Yeah.
And did you observe any injuries?
Yes.
And what did you see?
She had deep cuts on her wrists, and she had a red line across her neck. I wasn't sure what it was at first, but she cut her neck.
And do you recall that these wounds weren't actively bleeding at the time?
I later learned that I said that on the 911 call.
And when you observed these wounds, is it correct that the 911 operator asked you or instructed you to apply pressure if needed?
I don't recall the whole call, but I believe that's probably true.
Okay. And you didn't at the time feel the need to apply pressure to any of those wounds, correct?
Correct.
Did you say anything to Lindsay when you found her in that state?
Yeah, I said, what happened?
And what was her response?
She said I tried to kill myself.
Did you ask her anything else?
I said, where are the kids?
And what was her response?
She said they're in the basement.
And at that time, she didn't tell you that they needed help or they were in danger or they were injured, correct?
Correct.
And so you mentioned talking to someone on 911. At what point did you call 911?
I don't know the exact time, but it took a few minutes because my phone was switching between Wi-Fi and 911. So I almost just started calling out for the neighbors, but eventually it went through.
Okay. So you had some difficulty connecting, but eventually you connected to the 911 operator?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you stay on the phone with them while they were sending people to respond?
Yeah.
While you're on the phone with 911, are they asking you questions and you're responding with information about her condition?
Yeah.
And if you could just look at the screen here, is this the model of the first floor of your home?
Yes.
And so we have here sliding glass doors. Where would the basement door be in this model?
Directly below the stairs.
So now that it's flipped around, is this the door to the basement right here?
Yeah.
For the record, that's the door across from the downstairs bathroom.
Yeah.
And then, how long approximately, and I know you weren't looking at your watch or anything like that, but can you estimate for us how long it took for first responders to arrive?
4 or 5 minutes.
Okay. And during that time, are you continuing to try to talk to Lindsay?
Yeah.
Is she responding?
She was in and out of consciousness.
Was she breathing on her own?
I believe so.
Okay. And you're communicating information to the 911 operators, and are they giving you, advice on how to deal with the situation as it progresses?
Yeah.
Okay. Once emergency personnel arrive, what do you do?
I immediately got up and ran to the basement.
Okay. And do you still have the phone on you? You're still on the 911 call?
Yeah, I didn't realize it at the time, but I did.
Okay. And have you look at this model here on the screen? Is this a fair and accurate depiction of the setup of your basement?
Yeah.
Okay. If you can just describe the rooms for us, what the purpose of each room was.
So the room in the back left is my office. The room with the black rubber mat is the gym. And then there's the living room to the right of that. And then the back right is just an area building room, and then there's a bathroom next to that.
So when you come down those stairs that night, which direction did you go?
Immediately went left.
And when you went left, what did you see?
I saw Cora.
And how did she look?
She had a band around her neck.
And was that an exercise band?
Yeah.
And do you recall whether she was, what position she was in, whether face up or face down?
She's face down.
And when you saw her in that condition, what did you do?
I immediately ran over and tried to take the band off.
Were you able to get the band off?
Yeah.
And do you recall how you got the band off?
I think I untied it.
And when you say untied it, was it in a knot that you had to put everything down and unknot it, or how was it tied?
I'm not sure I fully remember.
Do you recall describing it previously as when you initially tie your shoes but then don't do the bow?
Yeah, that sounds right.
And was she responsive?
No.
And what did you see or do next?
I saw Kellen.
And where was he?
He was next to her.
And how did he appear?
He had a band around his neck.
Sorry?
He had a band around his neck.
And did you remove that as well?
Yeah.
And do you recall what position he was in?
Same as Cora.
And looking at the model here, you can just tell us where was Cora?
The left of the couch.
So would that be this area here that I'm pointing to in between the bureau and the couch?
Yeah.
And where was Cal?
To her left.
So would that be more over here towards the chair and the bureau?
Yeah.
After you removed the band from Callan's neck, what did you do next?
I tried to find Dawson.
And where did you go?
I looked in the bathroom and on the other side of the couch, and then I went to the other side of the basement and he was in my office.
And when you saw Dawson, what condition was he in?
I knew he was gone.
And did he also have a band around his neck?
Yeah.
And did you remove that band?
Yeah.
And looking at the office here, where was he located within the office?
Just to the left of the door when we went in.
Just in this area here, right inside the door?
Yeah.
We may approach briefly.
Yeah.
Now, after finding Dawson and taking off the band, what happened next?
I think I was back and forth. I think I went to try to help Cora.
Did you try to give her CPR?
Yeah.
At some point in time, do the first responders make their way down to the basement?
Yeah.
And do they take over care of the children?
Yeah.
Where do you go?
They sent me upstairs.
And at this point, Your Honor, I'd move to submit the 911 call as the next exhibit.
That may be allowed pursuant to the earlier order.
Cora, Dawson, and Callan removed from the home and taken to a hospital.
Yeah.
Was that Beth Israel Deaconess in Plymouth?
Yeah.
Did you also go to that location?
Yeah.
And at the hospital, were you able to see your children?
Yeah.
And was Callan then transported to Children's Hospital?
Yeah.
Did anyone ever tell you not to leave your kids alone with Lindsay?
No.
In January of 2023, did Lindsay ever tell you that she wanted to harm your children?
No.
Did she ever tell you she was going to kill your children?
No.
Did you receive, a few days after this happened, did you receive a phone call from the defendant while she was at Brigham and Women's Hospital?
I think it was like a week or so after, yeah.
And what did the defendant say at that time about what had happened with the children?
She didn't talk about our kids. She talked about what she went through.
And what did she say about what she went through?
She said she heard a man's voice telling her that if she didn't do it now, she would lose her chance or something like that.
And did she also tell you that she had had a moment of psychosis?
I don't recall.
Did she mention the children at all during that call?
I don't think so. Not directly.
Had she ever mentioned psychosis to you before?
No, I didn't know what psychosis was until after this happened.
Did she ever tell you she was hearing a man's voice before?
No.
If I may have a moment, Your Honor.
Sure.
I have no. I just had exhibits after.
Counsel, can I see just briefly, sidebar?
All right, you're there. This court is now in session. Please be seated.
Your Honor, for the purpose of the record, we return back to the trial of Commonwealth versus Lindsay Clancy. All parties are present, including the defendant and the 18 jurors.
To the judge, thank you for your patience with us. With that, Commonwealth, we would call you next witness, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Commonwealth calls Angela Krause.
Come in here, raise your right hand to the clerk.
Good morning. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony of the evidence you shall give to the court and the jury may not be the Commonwealth and the National Thank you.
I'll just stop right here, please.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are
I'm
you?
going to ask you to keep your voice up and speak into that microphone, please.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Come on.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. Could you please state and spell your name for the record?
It's Angela Krause. It's ANGELAKRAUSE.
And your date of birth, please.
5/1977.
Where do you work?
CVS Pharmacy,
And at which location?
Kingston.
And do you know the address of that location?
189 Summer Street.
And how long have you worked there?
4 years at that location.
And what is your role there?
General manager
How long have you been the general manager?
for CVS.
For CVS, yes.
9 years.
And so the entire time you've worked at that location, those 4 years, you've been the general manager at the Kingston store?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to direct your attention to Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. Were you working that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And which shift were you working?
Closing.
Which is what hours?
Say roughly 3 to 11.
So that would be 3 p.m. to 11 p.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
And I want to direct your attention further to 4:48 p.m. Did you receive a phone call while you were working?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that on the CVS line?
Yes.
And do you know that number?
No.
And where were you when you received that call?
I was in the office
And what were you doing?
preparing to do cash for the night.
And what does that entail?
I'm closing out the registers.
And the call that you received, was that from a male or a female?
Female.
And what, if anything, did she say?
She was inquiring if I carried a product in stock.
And what product was that?
It was like a constipation medicine.
Was it Miralax?
Yes.
And did she specifically ask for something to do with children's Miralax?
Well, I asked for clarification because depending on if she wanted children's or adults, it would be in a different part of the store.
And when you asked for clarification, was she able to provide clarification?
Yes. She said it was for children's.
And what was your response?
It's located in 2 different places in the store.
And did you give her any specific brand names or anything like that?
I just said that we carried Pedialax, and that was 13 and 20.
And approximately how long was this conversation?
A few minutes.
During that conversation, did you have any difficulty understanding the woman?
No, ma'am.
Did she appear to have any difficulty understanding you or the questions that you were asking her?
No, ma'am.
And her voice, did it seem slurred or impaired in any way?
Not at all. It's a very normal interaction.
I was just going to ask, was there anything out of the ordinary about the conversation?
No.
Later that evening, did the police come to the store?
Yes.
And did they request that you pull some surveillance footage for them?
Yes.
And did you do that?
Yes.
And if I could just have Exhibit 28, the footage up for a moment. If you could look at the screen here, do you recognize the store? And is this part of the footage that you provided to police that night?
Yes.
And directing your attention over here to the right, the aisle where the gentleman is standing, all the way to the right of the store. Are you familiar with what was in that aisle in January of 2023?
Yeah, that's our children's aisle.
So that would have things like children's Pedialax?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have any interaction with that gentleman while he was in the store?
No, ma'am.
And did the police also ask you to provide a copy of a receipt for that gentleman's transaction?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just showing you Exhibit 26. Is this the receipt that you provided to the police?
Yes, ma'am.
And on here,
It says Skittles Wildberry. Skittles? Yes. It also says FLT, PDLX, LQD, GLY for the second item. What does that stand for at CVS? It's Fleet brand, but then it's going to be PDLX and then a glycerin suppository. Okay. So the FLT is for Fleet? Yes. And the PDLX is for PDLX? Yes, ma'am. I have nothing further for the witness. Thank you.
Mr. Reddington. I have no questions. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Thank you. Sit down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. I'm just going to ask you to keep your voice up and speak in that microphone. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. Good morning. Could you please state and spell your name for the record? My name is Saria, Saria. My last name is Sweeney or Shelgren, depending on what you were in. So in 2023, what was Sweeney, Sweeney. And now, what is your last name? Shelgren, Shelgren. And what is your date of birth? 9/3/89. And where do you work? Currently have two jobs. I work at a doctor's office, and I also work at 3V, it's a restaurant in Plymouth. And how is 3V spelled? It's spelled out the number 3, THREE, with a V at the end. And how long have you worked at 3V restaurant? Since 2019. And where is it located? In Cordage Park in Plymouth. And in 2023, in January of 2023, what was your role at 3V restaurant? I was a hostess then. And directing your attention further to Tuesday, January 24th, 2023, were you working that night? Yes, I was. And what shift were you working? I work an evening shift. Usually I would arrive between 4:45 and 5 o'clock. And when would your shift end? Typically between 8 and 9 o'clock. And what was your role as a hostess? Greet patrons, take takeout orders, give takeout orders, seat people, generally help with the running of the restaurant, front end. And directing your attention to 5:10 p.m., did you receive a call for a takeout order? Yes. And was that a male or a female? Female. And did that person place an order? Yes. And do you recall what she ordered? Yes. What was that? It was an order of risotto and a Mediterranean power bowl. And the power bowl, is that considered a type of salad at 3V? Yes. Did you ask any follow-up questions about the order of the salad? Yes. What did you ask? We ask if it doesn't automatically come with protein. It's something that we always ask, do you want to add a protein? Does the Mediterranean power bowl automatically come with protein? No, it does not. So did you ask the woman if she wanted protein? Yes. And what was her response? No, thank you. And did she also give you the name and phone number of the person who would be picking up the order? Yes. And is that something that you enter into the system as you're entering the order? Yes. Did you have any trouble understanding the woman? No. Did she appear to have any trouble understanding you or the questions you were asking her? No. Did her voice sound slurred or impaired in any way? No. Was there anything out of the ordinary about this interaction? No. Directing your attention to 5:54 p.m., was the order picked up? Yes. And was it picked up by a male or a female? A male. If we could pull up Exhibit 30 footage. And are you depicted in the video here? Yes. And where are you? I'm standing behind the host stand. And so for the record, the hostess stand or host stand is in the upper left-hand corner? Yeah, it's that black stand that has a wooden framer on the top. Am I pointing to the right area? Yes. Right in the upper left corner? Yes. You could play that for a moment. And if you could pause it, please. So we're at 5:54:19 p.m. You see the individual who picked up the order? Yes. And which individual is that? The man in the dark jacket that entered last. And is he the person behind the couple at the host stand? Yes. And showing you what's been marked as Exhibit 31. You recognize this? Yes. And what do you recognize it to be? That is one of our printouts that comes with orders. We attach those to the bags for takeout and have a copy for ourselves as well. And displaying it here. Here in the line where it says Patrick and then a phone number, is that where you would enter and what the person calling gives you for the information of the person picking up the order? Yes. Was there anything out of the ordinary about your interaction with that gentleman? No. I have no further questions.
Attorney Reddington. Questions? Thank you. Hi. Thank you, ma'am. You step down. Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
court's now in session. Please be seated.
Your Honor, for the purpose of the record, we return back to the trial of Commonwealth versus Lindsay Clancy. All parties are present, including the defendant and including the 18 jurors.
All right. Members of the jury, thank you for your patience with us. What we're now going to do at this point is we're going to return to the evidence. We have witness Patrick Clancy, who testified earlier, is now being recalled, as I said, for the purpose of cross-examination. Okay. All right, counsel.
Afternoon, Mr. Clancy. You and I have certainly met before, correct?
Correct.
You agree with me that I went with you and your brothers and some other people into your home very shortly after the state police finished with searching and removing what they felt was evidence from the home?
Yes.
And you recall that you went into different rooms and looked at different things, and I think I took some photographs and things of that nature. You remember that?
Yeah.
So, if I may, you met Lindsay back when she was in school, or was she working as a nurse?
She was at the MGH Institute.
And the MGH Institute is like Mass General Hospital nursing program, correct?
Correct.
She had some kind of like an accelerated course or something?
Yeah.
A double major?
Yeah.
She was a very good student.
She was, yeah.
And she, at a relatively young age, got her RN and was a nurse at Mass General, correct?
Correct.
And at Mass General, she was a, you call it L&D, a labor and delivery nurse, is that it?
Yeah.
Do you remember how many years she worked at Mass General?
I think she started in 2014.
Do you remember when she graduated from nursing school?
6 months earlier.
And were you guys in a relationship then? Or
We were, yeah.
and had you started living together in Southie, or was that before that?
Not in Southie. We didn't live together in Southie. We lived together in Quincy.
Tell us a little bit about Lindsay, obviously, the most. How did she like being a nurse?
She loved it. I think it was her dream.
You say that she enjoyed her work and helping people.
Definitely, yeah.
So there's been some commentary here from the government about that she was anxious because she had to go back to work, or she didn't want to work, she's lazy, or whatever the case may be.
Objection.
This is sustained. If you could rephrase that.
So I'll strike lazy, that she didn't want to go back to work. But I believe you said in answer to the DA, there was a reason that you could see that she was anxious about going back to work, correct?
Correct.
Now, was she anxious about going back to work, to your knowledge, because she just didn't want to work?
No.
What was the reason?
She struggled to be away from our kids at a young age.
So when you guys ultimately moved to Duxbury, did you have children then?
Yeah.
And as the years went by, obviously, you had more children. Ultimately, you got 3 children, correct?
Yes.
You told us about her birth with Cora, and
Yeah.
Cora, it was a bit of a rough birth. Is that right?
Yeah, she didn't have time to get an epidural, and she bled a lot.
Do you, in the years that you lived with Lindsay as boyfriend and girlfriend, fiancés, and then ultimately husband and wife, do you recognize her handwriting?
I haven't seen it in a long time, but so I'm not sure.
Okay. While counsel's looking at that, is it your understanding, would she take notes or lists and
Yeah,
for work and home and things of that nature?
you would, yeah.
Excuse me. I'm going to approach you, sir, with this document and just ask if you can recognize the handwriting.
Yeah, that looks like her handwriting.
Looks like Lindsay's handwriting?
Yep.
So I'm going to run the office.
Any objection?
Yes.
If I could see. Counsel.
Did a printout of all the sites that somebody would go on, Google, Wikipedia, things like that.
Right.
If you can look to the right.
Yep.
Down a little bit. You see, I think it says Tom Ball.
Yeah.
What does it say on Tom Ball?
It says his Wikipedia page.
See, so here we've got so that shows you when somebody Googles and it goes to Wikipedia, you see where up above it says suicide methods?
Yeah.
Now, you didn't, as you said to the DA, you didn't Google suicide methods, right?
I didn't Google suicide methods now.
But in fact, sir, when you Googled Tom Hall, it took you to the Wikipedia page and it said that he died, right?
He did, yeah.
And then you clicked on the Wikipedia page and it went into a hyperlink. You know what a hyperlink is? I imagine you
Yeah.
know. Hyperlink.
Yeah.
What is a hyperlink? Just so I know.
So, like in Wikipedia, it would be a word that's highlighted in blue, and it goes to a website.
So, if I suggest to you, sir, that as you move down on your searches that afternoon, and you were looking at Tom Hall, that it brought you to ways to commit suicide, Tom Hall, Google search again, Tom Hall, all on that date at the same time. And you were just looking to see about the guy because he killed himself, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Enough of this.
Any objection?
Can I just see the packet?
Again, Your Honor, I got that discovery from the DA's house.
Well, it's an email from his
Well,
expert, not us.
just take a look at it. Kind of go from there. Well, that's it.
While she's looking at that, I just asked her, what is a URL? What does that mean?
Hold on a second. Just take, wait till she gets a chance to finish.
I would object.
If I can see, Counsel.
Who was the next doctor, if you recall, that Lindsay went to consult with?
Julie Paul?
And is this a doctor or a nurse practitioner?
I don't remember with Julie Paul. It was very brief.
Okay. Now, is it fair to say that Julie Paul was at South Shore?
Yeah, correct.
And Julie Paul was a friend of your mother's, is that right?
Yeah, I think they were acquaintances, yeah.
Your mother was a nurse also at South Shore Hospital.
In L&D, yeah.
L&D Labor and Delivery, same thing. Right. And your mother was good enough to refer Lindsay to this person to consult with, right?
Yeah, I don't think it was a formal referral. I think she just said this is a specialist that you might want to talk with.
All right. And did she go to see the specialist?
Yeah.
And did you go with her, or was this a...
No, I never met her.
She checked myself out. Were these like in-person meetings, or are they like, what do you call them, Zoom meetings? And
most of the meetings were Zoom. The only in-person that I'm aware of was with Rebecca Gelata.
Rebecca Gelata. Okay, and that was because you insisted on it, right?
I thought it was warranted at that time, yeah.
Right, because you were pretty much at your wit's end with the 15-minute Zooms, and you wanted to sit down eyeball to eyeball and talk to this person, right?
I hadn't attended any prior to that. I just wanted to get clarification. I wanted to see if we could get on the same page.
All right. So now, Lindsay's on Zoloft from Dr. Tufts, the psychiatrist, correct?
Correct.
And then that runs into when she goes to see Nurse Paul.
Can you clarify?
What was it?
Can you clarify what you're asking?
Yeah, what month? When was it that she saw Nurse Paul?
Maybe October, but I'm not sure.
Okay. When she saw Nurse Paul, do you remember where she saw Nurse Paul, or was it a video thing?
I don't know. I wasn't involved.
Okay. Did Nurse Paul prescribe medication to her?
A lot if he knows.
I don't know off the top of my head.
All right. Do you recall whether or not, to your opinion, that she had any reactions to the Zoloft that she had been placed on by Dr. Tufts?
I don't know any observations that were made.
Right, so it's not guesswork, it's observations, anything you saw and observed.
Yeah, it seemed to align with her insomnia symptoms.
Now, the insomnia, inability to sleep, was that a significant problem from your observations with her?
Yeah, it was a huge problem.
And when you say huge problem, was there one point when she was on medication from Tufts that in fact she had gone 48 hours, I think, without sleep?
Yeah.
And that was disturbing to her?
Yeah, and it was just hard to function.
And how about you? Was it disturbing to you?
I just wanted her to get sleep and feel better.
Now, during that period of time, she then went and saw the next doctor, a nurse practitioner, which we talked about, which would be nurse practitioner Paul at South Shore, right?
Right.
Now, after seeing nurse practitioner Paul, if you remember, or no, did you observe, did she seem to get better, or did she seem to get worse?
It would be hard to say. I think it was a week at most. So, it's really hard to say in that short a time frame.
Sure. And when you say a week at most, you mean that's like she was seeing nurse practitioner Paul for about a week?
Yeah, and I mean, she may have only seen her once. It was very brief, and then she got reassigned somewhere. So,
And the reason, if you know, that she got reassigned somewhere would be nurse practitioner Gelada, right?
right,
Same practice, right?
right,
And the reason was because Paul moved on to another job, right?
right.
So Lindsay wasn't out doctor hunting. She was referred by the nurse practitioner that was referred to you guys by your mom because Paul was leaving, right?
Yeah, she just switched doctors in the same practice.
All right. Now she sees Dr. Gelada, right?
Right.
Did Dr. Gelada, to your knowledge, put her on medication?
Yeah.
And what was the medication, if you know?
Mainly Seroquel and benzodiazepines, Ativan.
No, benzodiazepines. They're addictive, right?
Apparently.
Objection.
I'll allow it.
And a benzo would be, for example, Ativan, correct?
Correct.
Now, Seroquel, she was placed on Seroquel as well. Is that correct?
Right.
And to your observation, again, you're not a doctor, what you saw of your wife, was she affected positively or negatively by the Seroquel that she was on?
It appeared that she was affected very negatively, and she's reporting that that she was getting worse on the Seroquel.
And do you know, did she report that to Dr. Gelada?
Yeah.
When she would consult with Dr. Gelada, prior to you actually going, do you know, were they all on video? If you know.
Yeah, they were all on Zoom.
Okay. Do you have any opinion for the jury as to approximately how long these meetings on Zoom would be with the nurse practitioner?
Probably around 20 minutes.
At some point, do you recall that you went with Lindsay to see Dr. Gelada? Is that right?
Yes.
And do you remember, if you remember, when that was?
Early December.
In early December of 2022, can you tell the jury from your observations, how did Lindsay appear? How was she acting? How was she faring?
She was extremely sleep deprived and just highly anxious.
Was there a number of occasions that you would actually see her on the sofa, rocking back and forth with her head under a pillow?
Yeah.
Did you report that and other symptoms to Dr. Gelada?
Lindsay did.
So when was it, if you recall, that you went and saw Dr. Gelada with your wife, person to person?
When was it?
Yep.
Early December. I think it was December 6th.
And do you remember, you have a pretty good memory about this, do you remember what medication she was prescribed by Gelada?
Coming out of that meeting?
Yep.
Yeah, she increased the Seroquel significantly. And then she prescribed her Valium to help taper off of the benzos.
Taper off the benzos?
Yeah.
To your knowledge, did Lindsay go to doctors to seek out benzodiazepines or drugs just because she was a drug addict?
No. Lindsay, I think, wanted to. She definitely didn't want to take any more benzodiazepines, and definitely didn't want to take any more Seroquel. I think that it wasn't really a matter of trying to get off the medication; it was just trying to get on the right medication.
Okay. Let's say mid-December. What observations, if any, heading up towards Christmas, did you guys endure?
She seemed to get worse. The Seroquel was increased to 400 milligrams.
400?
Yep.
By
And,
Dr. Gelada?
Yeah, and the idea behind that was it would help with sleep, but she didn't get better. She got worse.
Do you recall that at one point she went to a place called Women's and Infants
Yeah.
in Rhode Island?
Right.
Women and Infants Center for Women's Behavioral Health. Do you recall that?
Right.
Do you remember when she actually went to Women's Behavioral Health?
Sometime in mid-December. I don't know the exact date.
All right. So if I suggest to you, sir, that I have certified copies of the Women and Infants medical records indicating that on December 20th of 2022, that was the day that you dropped her off at Women. Does that refresh your memory?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I'd like to offer the certified copies of the Women and Infants hospital records.
Would object. We don't have a copy of those.
You don't have
Could I see right here?
Mr. Clancy, do you remember that day, December 20th of 2022, that she
Yeah.
went to that place? How did she get there?
I drove her.
And do you remember dropping her off?
Yeah.
Do you remember what her state of mind was to go there? Was she scared? Was she happy? Was she?
I think she was scared.
Do you remember what you did that day?
I took Dawson skiing.
And where did you go skiing?
What she said.
At some point in the afternoon, did you receive a phone call?
Yeah.
Was it from Lindsay?
Yeah.
And as a result of the phone call, what did you do?
She said that you need to come pick me up, and the doctors here want to talk to you, have you come in and talk for a bit.
Okay. Did you go and talk to them?
Yeah.
Do you remember who you talked to?
I don't remember their names.
Do you remember the conversation? Did you describe or indicate what her symptoms were at that point in December 20th, 2022?
Yeah, the conversation was, they didn't...
Objection.
Yes.
Sustained at this time.
Did the people at Women's and Infants Facility in Rhode Island prescribe any medication to your knowledge?
I don't think so.
They provide any counseling or anything?
I think they tried to, but they felt that it wasn't the right fit for Lindsay.
Do you recall the fact it was because of the drugs? They weren't sure what symptomology would be because of the drugs?
Objection.
Sustained.
Do you recall whether or not the people at Women and Infants in Rhode Island reached out to Dr. July?
I don't think so.
If he knows.
I don't think they did, no.
And was it one day or half a day that she went to Women and Infants in Rhode Island?
It was half a day.
Half a day. So after you pick her up, you bring her home, it's now you and the kids and Lindsay, and it's days before Christmas, right?
Yeah, and her parents were there.
Why were her parents there?
They were visiting, trying to help out, and I took Dawson to watch. So they stayed home with Cora and Kellen.
Now, during that time frame, December of 22, maybe a little bit before, maybe after Thanksgiving, did your mom and dad and Lindsay's parents come to your house and try to help out with the kids?
Yeah, I think it was separately, though.
Yeah, of course it would be separate. I mean, what would they do?
Just be there, help out, play with them, get takeout, play Scrabble.
Did Lindsay's mother and father actually stay there and sleep in the basement for
They did, yeah.
time? Were you aware personally, let me back up, you and Lindsay as husband and wife would in effect sleep in the same bedroom, is that correct?
Yeah.
There was an occasion, though, that she said to you about you go downstairs, and then I think she ended up downstairs?
Yeah, for the purposes of her getting better sleep.
And for her purposes of getting better sleep, were you aware that on one occasion she used a gummy, a sleep aid gummy? Did you know that?
I don't recall that, but we did have them in the house.
Okay. Now, to your knowledge, was Lindsay a person that liked to smoke the weed, use the CBD oils and all that stuff, or did she not imbibe that?
No, she didn't smoke.
So you had these gummies in the house, sleep aid, right?
I mean, some people might call them a sleep aid.
Okay. Heading into the holidays of 22, do you recall where you spent Christmas?
I think it was at our house. We celebrated Cora's birthday. And then I think we actually went down to Wallingford, Connecticut to be with her parents after.
Her parents?
Yeah.
Okay. And then heading into January of 23, who did she then see for doctors or nurse practitioners, if you know?
After she got back from McLean,
Yes.
she switched back to Jennifer Tufts.
Now, before she switches back to Tufts in January, on New Year's of 2022, 2023, you guys drive to Boston, go to MGH, and ultimately she turns herself into McLean Hospital, right?
Right.
Now, McLean Hospital is basically a locked ward facility, correct?
Correct.
Was she allowed to just wander around and leave the place whenever she wanted?
She couldn't leave, but inside she could go to different areas.
Can you tell the jury what her state of mind was as she went to McLean Hospital with her husband on New Year's 23 at that point?
She was scared. She didn't want to go. But I think it was the second time we went to the ER, and I said, you have to go.
Now, at McLean Hospital, I know you visited with her, is that correct?
Yeah.
District Attorney asked you yesterday about the excellent care that she was provided to all these counselors and therapists, and you indicated that it's your understanding that she was playing with clay and coloring, right?
Right.
Can you describe for the jury what McLean was like to you as a husband visiting his wife? In other words, were there doctors, were there nurses, were there people in the hallways?
What I saw was it looked like mainly nurses. It was the tail end of COVID, so they were mostly behind this plastic covered area. And it could have been just the time of day that I visited, but people were hanging around, watching TV, playing with clay.
Do you know whether or not she saw a doctor or psychiatrist ultimately from McLean Hospital?
I was not aware of that. The only one I was aware of was the doctor on the second to last or final day.
And what was that, Dr. Goodhart?
Yeah.
And did you speak to Dr. Goodhart?
I ended up calling her.
Call her.
I wanted to see what her evaluation was, And so I gave her a call and we spoke, and she said, she's clearly depressed.
Sustained.
Okay. So you spoke to Dr. Goodhart. Did Dr. Goodhart, to your knowledge, prescribe any medication?
I think she recommended medication, and then
How many medications did she recommend?
I don't know if she recommended multiple. I want to say it was Cymbalta, but she said, check with your doctor and make a decision.
So when Lindsay left, it was because she wanted to leave one day early because of Cora's birthday. Is that right?
I don't think it was one day early. I think she had a 5-day stay, which at the time was, my understanding was, that was pretty standard. And yeah, she did want to attend Cora's birthday.
So there's no doubt, sir, in your mind that when she was discharged from McLean, that you got these, right? McLean?
Yes.
Yeah. That when she was discharged from McLean Hospital, it was not against medical advice. The doctors gave her ill health and let her go with you, right?
Right.
From McLean records.
Any objection? They may be admitted.
Now, when you go to the hospital and you get out of the hospital, they give you a bag and you've got medications and a little card that says thank you for being here, stuff like that. Did you guys get anything from McLean at all?
I don't think so.
Did you get any recommendations other than the doctor suggesting that you might want to try Cymbalta? They give you a script?
I don't think so.
You know what Cymbalta was?
No.
You remember Dr. Goodhart telling Lindsay to Google it?
I think that's accurate.
Yeah. In fact, she Googled hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Medication, right?
Yeah.
So when you guys go home, and now it's January, obviously, you had the party for Cora, correct?
Yeah.
You guys had friends over, or friends that you guys knew?
Friends came to the party, which was at a place in Plymouth.
Would you agree with me that Lindsay had a number of friends from actually grammar school through high school through college that she stayed in touch with over the years?
Yeah.
And you as well?
Yep.
And they're good friends. Like, you still would see them and you guys would do dinner and things of that nature, right?
Yeah.
Actually, one of your friends, I think it was one of your friends, it might have been one of her friends, actually named her in January or around that time frame to be godmother, who would take care of their child if anything bad happened to them and they were dead, right? Remember that?
My brain has been foggy for the last couple of years, but
I understand.
yeah.
Okay. In January, as time went by, do you recall that she would actually continue to take notes of her medications that she was taking, right?
That sounds like something Lindsay would do.
Kept a diary or a little log, right?
Yep.
I'm approaching you, sir, with this and asking if you can identify this.
Yes.
When you say yes, and I put it on the little screen, what is it?
It's the dosage of medication that she took and how she's feeling.
So this is kind of like a little medical diary that she was keeping?
Yeah.
For example, here you see on that 5 milligrams Valium, 200 Seroquel, slept well, horrible thoughts in the morning, right?
Yeah.
And did she at some point, I think the DA had asked you a bit about this, right?
Any objection? That may be admitted.
Thank you. There was an occasion where she told you, in the presence of her mother, that she was having horrible thoughts, right?
Right.
And you told us about that yesterday. And it was quite an emotional thing for her to do that, right?
Right.
After that time frame, you continued on. You were working in the basement, right?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say basement. It was a finished place, right?
Basement, yeah.
And that was where you worked on a regular basis. Is that right?
Yeah.
Would that be a 40-hour week or longer?
It varied, but yeah, roughly 40 hours.
And I know it was maybe COVID, tail end of COVID, but one of the other reasons that you did that was so you could be home and help out. Is that right?
Yeah, I worked from home since 2018.
Okay.
But yeah, I built an office down there.
So you were always there?
Yeah.
Not always, but you were down there when you would work?
When I wasn't traveling, yeah, I was there.
Okay. So when would you travel? Tell us about that.
I really didn't travel, actually, much during COVID, just towards the end, and once in November.
November of what year?
2022.
November of 2022.
But before that, I traveled extensively.
Let's look at November of 2022. November of 2022 is a month before she's telling you and her mother that she was having thoughts about hurting the children, right?
Right.
It's November of 2022, and you traveled. Where did you travel to?
New York.
And how long were you there, sir?
2 nights.
And who took care of the kids?
Lindsay. Lindsay took care of the kids.
So for 2 days, 2 nights, a month, and a week or so before she killed the children, she was home with the kids for 2 days. Is that right?
Right.
Fair to say that you also had your friends that you would do brunch with on occasion, Sundays or weeknights or whatever, go guys night type thing?
Yep.
And you'd be out with your friends. If she wanted to kill the kids, she certainly could have done it that time when you're out, right?
In theory.
As opposed to sending you on a 3-minute trip to CVS and a 9-minute trip to a restaurant. You were away for 2 days in November and on a number of occasions for brunch as well as skiing, right? You're a pretty active guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to approach you, sir, and another one of the books that was in the kitchen cabinet, I believe. Remember this one?
I don't think so.
Say that she had a number of books, about parenting and things like that. This one here was pregnancy and postpartum anxiety workbook. Did she have workbooks that you were aware of, or work diagrams and things like that?
She had books of different sorts.
So you can't identify this as being in the kitchen.
I don't recall seeing that book. No.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you. By the way, we'll draw that. I'm going to approach you, sir, with this document. Ask if you can identify it.
It says postpartum depression and anxiety patient information sheet.
And if you go towards the end there, there's the writing.
Yeah.
All right, that may be admitted.
Sir, looking at this item, it's got a bunch of flowers on the front. Appears to be a notebook. So your understanding that the state police went in your house and they seized all sorts of items such as this?
Yep.
We don't have originals that the police do.
Right.
Fair and accurate?
Yeah.
Is that the caption that you were referring to?
Yes.
Postpartum depression and anxiety.
Yes.
And at the end of this particular document, you would agree, sir, that it has writing?
Yeah.
And whose writing is that?
Lindsay's.
And is this like a book of notes that she would take, documenting on a daily basis any effect that she had from postpartum?
It appears to be the case.
Your Honor, I would offer the records of Dr. Jennifer Tufts, ask the mental health records.
No objection. All right, they may be admitted.
I'm going to have to, I think, maybe talk to the DA about this because I do have a lot of tabs and notes in this one. I know we have clean copies, right?
We have a clean copy we were planning to admit,
Right.
so that's
Good.
not a problem.
Okay.
So we'll enter that, and then before we can then substitute it with a clean copy.
John, can I see the exhibit? One of the things you had identified yesterday was the document that you obtained from CVS. Is that correct?
Yes.
It sets forth all of the medications that were purchased by Lindsay, by prescription from the physicians that she had seen during that period of time, correct?
Correct.
And you indicated yesterday that the police had seized a number of pill bottles, and then you also had a number of pill bottles. Is that right?
Right.
And the pill bottles that you had, do you recall the circumstances that you had them in a bag in your car?
The reason I had them in a bag is because sometimes a provider would adjust medications So, for example, I do remember Lindsay had a prescription of Ativan, and then a few days later they wanted to increase the dosage because it wasn't effective. So what they would do is they would say, give that old prescription to your husband, he'll discard it, and then continue taking from the new prescription.
When DA yesterday went through that there were scripts and there were pills on the 30 count, and then there's 27 and 3 were gone, and that's because she wasn't taking her medication. That's not the case. It's what you're told to do. Right?
Correct. Yeah. Without that context, it paints a different picture.
Exhibit 2 would be the pills that you had turned in, I believe. Is that correct? In your bag, in your car?
Right.
I know you can't tell them.
I remember it's Exhibit 2, though.
Okay. Wednesday, January 24th, one of the troopers located 4 medication bottles, and at some point on the 26th, at about 2:30 in the afternoon, bottles were then documented by the police. When was it, if you know, that you turned these items in to the police?
I believe it was after the event. I don't remember the exact date, but I remember I told them I do have other prescriptions in my truck still, and I gave them to him.
Okay. So the police already went in with a search warrant. They already seized all the drugs that they could find in the house, in the kitchen, in the bedroom. Were there drugs in the kitchen, by the way?
Yeah.
They're all over the place, right?
Yeah.
And they seized them, right?
Yeah.
And then you, to be cooperative, told the police that you also had pills in your car, and you went to the DA's office and gave it to Attorney Sprague and the state police, right?
Right. But to be clear, those were discontinued prescriptions.
These are the ones like that she stopped.
Correct.
All right. And then you had new prescriptions, so they were new prescriptions that were prescribed to her, right?
Yes.
Now, when I met with you in the house, long after the state police had gone and finished their search,
yep,
you recall that we went up to the bedroom and I removed this from the nightstand right next to the bed.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what that is? What is this? Is it a drawer?
That's the drawer that goes into the nightstand. And
inside the drawer, sir, do you recall that there were a number of items that Lindsay Clancy prescribed on January 5, 23. Creatinine, January. Creatinine, 100 milligrams, prescribed for Lindsay Clancy, December 21st. Lorazepam, they're all empty too, right?
Yeah.
These are what she shot down with that lemonade or water or whatever was in the cup. She ground up these pills, right? Lamotrigine, prescribed to Lindsay Clancy, December 16th, 22. Mirtazapine, prescribed to Lindsay Clancy, January 23. Those are in this drawer, and they were all empty, right?
Right.
You observed that, right? There's something else that was in the drawer. Do you recognize that?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's her Apple Watch.
Her Apple Watch. This is the Apple Watch that apparently the police used to go up the stairs, downstairs, heart rate, things of that nature, right?
Yeah.
They never even seized it, did they? They left it in the drawer, right?
Apparently.
What is this item, sir? You can identify that for us.
It's a face mask for sleeping.
To sleep?
Yeah.
Now, you had mentioned something, I think, about pillow spray. What is it?
She bought some pillow spray. It apparently helps you sleep.
And did you see her using that on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, she did.
Your Honor, I would offer. Rob? Yeah.
Let me just see.
Yeah.
I think
there's a watch on the side there.
No objection.
Okay. Good. Do you want to put that in as one exhibit? Okay.
Now, in reference to the Apple Watch, sir, how many Apple Watches did she have?
Just one.
Just one. It's the only one she had. Police never seized it, right?
Correct.
And the drugs that were in the drawer, the empty drugs in the pill bottles from January, December 22, 23, the police never seized it, did they?
No.
I'm showing you an item, sir, like a little green vase. You ever seen that before?
Yeah.
Can you tell the jury what it is?
Objection. We could go to second.
Yeah, can I see Council Segbar, please?
To your knowledge, sir, was she advised by her nurse practitioner Huffs to keep a nighttime dump diary of all of her thoughts and write them down so that she had something that she could refer to?
Not that I'm aware of.
Never see her writing notes in the diary or like a thing with dates on it, about 23rd, for example, things of that nature.
I knew she kept notes, but I didn't see her doing it.
Including this document, I asked if is that here over.
Yeah.
And does that contain indication as to her state of mind, the date, and dates thereafter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Call.
Please.
And I got it from the state police, so it's you guys have it.
No objection.
Okay, that may be admitted.
I'll show you other documents. Document, you recognize her handwriting. That document dates September 29th or 2022.
Yes.
Can you tell us what that appears to be, sir, if you know?
Looks like a schedule for Callan.
There's a schedule for Callan that would be, like he's eating or sleeping or something like that.
Yeah, naps. Yeah.
So for example, here it says September 29th, 22, then it makes reference to Callan, last fed, the time frame, and then there's a bunch of pages like that go forward on those dates. Is that is?
Yeah.
Go down for a nap, 9:35, smiley face, things like that, right?
Right.
Is this typical for Lindsay that she would document these things as a mother?
Yeah.
Was she being controlling, in your opinion, of her child and of you by doing this schedule?
No, I found it helpful.
Any objection? All right, that may be admitted.
One of the things, sir, that the district attorney had asked you about is the exhibits of the, I think it was the window in the bedroom. You said it was 20 feet drop to the ground?
Right.
Is that right? This is a photograph of the same one you already introduced, but I still work. So this is the photograph of the house. You can identify that, right?
Yeah, that's the living room window.
Okay. And the window that you're talking about that's 20 feet up would be on the very top of that picture, correct?
Correct.
Now, you identified this picture. You see that there's some kind of an orange ball. It appears to be an orange ball underneath the silk.
Yeah.
To the left. It appears to be red marks or red spots, like possibly blood.
Yep.
Can you tell the jurors what that little orange ball is?
Yeah, we had a woodpecker who would peck at the house and create holes. That's why I paired some of the other sections too. And I took some foam and filled the hole.
I'd offer that, Your Honor, just
That may be admitted.
and then also, if I may, just the top picture is also where it looks like fingerprints are blood on the edge of the window on the second floor. You see that? That's from the house.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay, I'm talking about the haunted thing right here. And then this is I see on this top here. Okay, so you see on the top of this window here. Underneath the haunted thing, see it, but in the exhibit, you can see there's like blood drops and blood smears there.
Yep, I see it.
It's the first floor window that's directly underneath the second floor window, right?
Right.
Any objection? They may be admitted.
I'm all set. Thank you, sir.
Almost redirect.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Mr. Clancy, you were shown an email and it's been marked as an exhibit that you sent to coworkers on January 24th, 2023 at 5:24 p.m., correct?
Yeah.
And you were asked about it coming from the Surface Pro, but your testimony was that it could have come from your iPhone, correct?
Correct.
And in fact, you watched footage earlier of yourself going into the CVS in Kingston at 5:32 p.m., correct?
Correct.
And you had your phone with you, correct, because you used it? And we also saw you on the 3V footage using your phone as well, correct?
Right.
So you were clearly out of the house at 5:24 p.m., correct?
Sorry, what time did you say I was at CVS?
So you walked in at 5:32 p.m., correct?
Correct.
And you left the house. As you were leaving the house, Lindsay sent you the text about Pedialex, correct?
I don't know if I had left the house yet, but yeah.
But that was sent at 5:15 p.m., correct?
Right.
And how far away is the Kingston CVS?
3 minutes.
Okay. And so you leave the house, you get into your car, and you drive to CVS, correct?
Correct.
And so that should have taken 3 minutes, correct?
Yep.
So after the text that was sent at 5:15 p.m., that would have been sometime around 5:18 or 5:20 p.m. that you should have arrived at CVS, correct?
Right.
But you don't go in until 5:32 p.m., correct?
I don't know. I don't know what time I pulled in the parking lot.
I'm not asking what time you pulled into the parking lot, but is it fair to say that the video that you were shown earlier shows you entering the store at 5:32 p.m.?
Yes.
So from the time you should have been at the parking lot of CVS around 5:20 p.m. until 5:32 p.m., could you have been in your car sending this email on your iPhone?
Yeah, I just don't know if I pulled into the parking lot at 5:20.
But sometime after the text was sent from Lindsay about Pedialex, but before 5:32 p.m., you were in your car.
Correct. Okay.
Now, you were asked about my questions to you about going to Boston, and my questions to you were about December 3rd, not December 2nd, correct?
Correct.
Because your anniversary is December 3rd, not December 2nd, correct?
Right.
So Dawson was taken to the doctors on December 2nd, correct?
Correct.
And on December 3rd, did you have plans? Not that they were followed through, but did you have plans to go to Boston that day?
Yeah, so I can provide some clarification on that.
Sure.
So yeah, on Monday I was a little bit confused by it because we were home. But yeah, I think there was a plan prior to that, like an anniversary plan to go to Boston, but it was canceled.
Okay.
And the picture you showed was from September.
So the plans that you had to go to Boston, I'm showing you here. Some text messages between yourself and Lindsay. And here, there's one here that says, the spa at the Omni is booked, but you're on the wait list. As a backup, I have you booked for massage at the nearby IHG for 90 minutes at 1:45. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then you later say we can get lunch and then head over. She responds, okay. And then you write that they'll let you use the gym and the pool while she's getting her massage. Is that correct?
Right.
And then you talk about plans for lunch and dinner. And so there were the plans, they just fell through, right?
Yeah, we canceled them, yeah.
So it's not as if I made that up out of thin air. That's here in the text messages, correct?
Right, yeah. It was just confusing because we were home. But yeah, when I left, I recollected that, and then I found the picture, and the picture was from September.
It was after the wedding you went to?
Yeah.
If we could have the text messages marked as specific.
Any objection? That may be admitted.
87. Now, in cross-examination, you said that Lindsay always took the medications exactly as instructed. But in direct, you said you weren't always with her every time she took the pills. Is that correct?
That's correct, but the understanding was that she took it as directed.
Because she told you she did?
Yeah.
Because you trusted her to do so?
Yeah.
Okay. But you can't sit here and say definitively that she took every pill exactly as instructed every single time because you didn't watch her every time, correct?
I was not standing next to her every time she took pills.
And you were asked about the Facebook search in August 23rd, 2022. And you were asked about being on the Surface Pro and looking up the country singer who had killed himself. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. So I think that what you said when you were asked by defense counsel about whether or not you accidentally went to this site on methods of suicide, you said that could be likely, that might have happened. You're not sure, correct?
It's so subtle that I don't remember specifically, but I do remember listening to Tom T. Hall.
How often did you listen to him?
It was like for a week.
Okay. And so were you aware that on 8/23, August 23rd, 2022, at 9:40 a.m., someone signed into Lindsay's Facebook account on the Surface Pro?
No.
And then at 9:43 p.m. is when the Tom Hall site was accessed. Do you recall that?
Yeah.
And at 9:45 a.m. is when a person not just hit a link by accident, but actually had to click on a link to go to suicide methods. Are you aware of that?
No.
Okay. Is there any reason why you would have been going in and logging on to Lindsay's Facebook account while going on Wikipedia and looking at suicide methods all in that same 5 minutes?
I didn't log into Lindsay's Facebook ever. It's very possible that I looked at Tom Hall's Wikipedia page, but
At some point?
yeah.
Do you remember spending 3 minutes on the methods of suicide site, scrolling through and reading the methods of suicide site for 3 minutes?
No, I don't remember something I did for 3 minutes almost 4 years ago.
Do you remember being on that site, the methods of suicide, and clicking on a link to a bridge in Australia that people use to commit suicide?
No.
No. So in this 5 minutes or so where someone's using the Surface Pro, using Lindsay's Facebook while doing that, and then clicking on these links you don't remember, you think it might have been you?
I have no idea.
Now, you talked about Lindsay's stay at McLean Hospital. You said that it was a locked ward. She had to stay there. Is that correct?
Correct.
But it was a voluntary commitment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You didn't file any legal paperwork to have her committed, correct?
Correct.
There was no court order making her stay there, correct?
Correct.
So if she wanted to leave and expressed to the doctors that she wanted to leave, and they didn't believe she was a danger to herself or others, she could leave, correct?
To be honest, I don't know.
Okay. Now, you stated on direct examination that you visited her 2 times during the time that she was there at McLean, right?
At least twice, yeah.
And you said those were in the evening hours, is that correct?
Yeah, afternoon and evening.
Afternoon and evening. So you weren't there during the morning and early afternoon hours when they were offering these group therapies and when she was meeting with other practitioners?
I wasn't there in the morning.
And were you there during the when the staff was checking on her every 15 minutes?
No, but she did tell me about that.
And were you aware that she was evaluated several times, and at first she had to stay on the unit, but then eventually, based on what she was telling them, she was allowed to go on the grounds with staff?
I was aware that she went on at least one walk.
And so people were seeing her and interacting with her and changing the way her stay went at McLean Hospital throughout her stay.
Yeah.
And you talked about Dr. Goodhart recommending medications. What was the medication that you said that she recommended?
I thought it was Cymbalta, but I think she ended up taking amitriptyline.
So, looking here at the CPS records that you provided, we see here, here we go. Aaliyah Goodhart, second from the bottom.
Yep.
Trazodone, 50 milligrams. So you thought that Dr. Goodhart just recommended medication when it was actually a prescription that was given by Dr. Goodhart, correct?
Right, but I believe, so there's another one as well, lorazepam. I believe those were prescribed while she was staying there.
And so they were filled at CVS and sent to McLean?
Possibly. I remember there was an issue where she didn't have her medications when she went to McLean, so she needed them to be brought there.
She was discharged on January 5th, correct?
Right.
Are you aware that this document from CVS says that the prescription for Trazodone 50 milligrams prescribed by Dr. Aaliyah Goodhart was filled on January 5th, 2023?
Right.
Okay. And then the other prescription by Dr. Goodhart, the lorazepam, was also 1 milligram lorazepam, was also filled on January 5th, 2023, correct?
Yeah.
So that's when she was discharged, not while she was staying there, correct?
Right, that's correct.
So Dr. Goodhart did in fact prescribe medication for Lindsay, Trazodone and Ativan, and not Cymbalta, correct?
She recommended Cymbalta, but she wasn't the one who prescribed that.
In fact, no one prescribed that, correct?
Because it ended up switching to amitriptyline.
And the amitriptyline was prescribed by Dr. Jennifer Tuss, correct?
Right.
And Dr. Tuss prescribed 5 milligrams of diazepam on January 9th, 2023, correct?
Right.
And amitriptyline on January 16th. There was 10 milligrams of amitriptyline. And that was prescribed when Lindsay said she was having some issues with depression, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So she went to McLean Hospital and she was weaned off the Seroquel, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
And all the medications that she had taken prior to going to McLean, she was no longer on. Those were gone, correct? Once she'd been in McLean.
I don't know if it was. I'm not sure. I don't know if it was all of them.
Well, did you have conversations with your wife about what she was taking? I mean, were you aware that she was only on only prescribed trazodone and Ativan when she left McLean, and then amitriptyline was only added on the 16th? So just those 3 medications?
Yeah, but I thought she was taking trazodone before McLean.
Right. So she had been prescribed it before and stopped taking it, correct?
I don't remember. I'd have to look back on records.
So you're not sure about what she was taking and when, are you?
Not the exact dates, but I remember she was taking trazodone, and I thought she was taking it before McLean.
So the best resource of what she was prescribed and when would most likely be the doctors and the CVS records then, correct?
The CVS records is a good resource.
And you talked about the pills, how these were pills that she was no longer on, so it wasn't really a good representation of what she had taken, correct?
Correct.
But she was only prescribed Zoloft once, right? At the very beginning?
Right.
And she only took 7 of those pills, correct?
Right.
So it wasn't as if she was prescribed a higher dose or a different dose of Zoloft and was still taking that, and so that 7 pills misrepresents the Zoloft she took, right?
I believe she switched or she stopped because she was switched to Prozac.
Okay. And then even going forward, the Prozac, there weren't many pills taken out of that either, correct?
Yeah, eventually she stopped that as well.
Okay. So she'd take a few pills, she'd have some side effects, they'd switch the medication, correct?
Yes.
And so they were trying to figure out what would work for her, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then she ends up at McLean because she's having difficulties, according to her, with the Seroquel, correct?
That was part of it, yeah.
And they wean her off of that, right?
Yep.
And then after McLean, she's only on the trazodone, the Ativan, and then on the 16th, adding in the amitriptyline, correct?
Right.
You mentioned that you went to New York in November of 2022. Defense counsel said that was a month before the children were killed, but that's actually 2 months before they were killed, correct?
It was, it was about a little more than 2 months.
And she hadn't been on the Seroquel yet, right?
I don't know exactly when she started the Seroquel.
Would December sound right?
Yeah, or end of November, yeah.
And so when you took your trip to New York, she was having some issues, but she was doing okay, wasn't she?
She was doing much better than she was in December.
Okay. And did you also take another trip with Cora in November?
Yeah, so I did the trip to New York, and as soon as I got back, went to bed, and then the next morning left with Cora.
And was that November 4th through the 7th to San Francisco?
Yeah.
And who was taking care of Dawson and Callan while you were in San Francisco with Cora?
Lindsay.
And so during your trip to New York, and then immediately after your trip to San Francisco with Cora, were there any issues or any problems, or did anything happen while Lindsay was caring for those kids?
Nothing bad happened. She was, I would say her anxiety and depression was starting to tick up, but yeah, obviously nothing bad happened.
Okay. And it's your testimony that things started to get worse in December. Is that correct?
Correct.
But it was also your testimony that after the stay at McLean, things got better, wasn't it? And she steadily progressed throughout January, getting better, right?
Definitely, yeah.
And on January 24th, 2023, you testified that that was one of her best days.
Yeah.
You were asked about the Apple Watch. The police didn't collect the Apple Watch, right? They did collect her phone, correct? You identified it earlier, right?
Correct, yeah.
And her Apple Watch was linked to her phone, was it not?
It probably was, yeah.
You were also asked about the drop from the second floor window. Were you aware that the measurement from the windowsill to the ground was actually 12 feet?
I've never measured it, but yeah, I believe what you're saying.
And looking for one of the exhibits from defense counsel. It's the Exhibit 84. This was the packet here that defense counsel was going through with you, where you said this is Lindsay writing Callan's schedule. Is that right?
Right.
But this was also Lindsay sending notes back and forth between herself and Elaine. Is that correct?
Possibly.
There's different writing here, correct? Want to look at it?
Yeah.
For example, this first page after the cover, we have writing here that you said was Lindsay's, correct?
It looks like it, yeah.
And then down here, there's a note that's in different handwriting, correct?
Yeah, I would say so.
So were you aware that Lindsay was using this notebook to communicate back and forth with the nanny about Callan's care?
She had different notebooks. She always had a notebook that she would leave for the babysitter, or for me.
And so, for example, on Tuesday, September 4th, she wrote, last fed at 6 a.m., give him a bottle whenever he wakes up. He likes it very warm. He's been resisting the bottle. If he won't drink it after 45 minutes of trying, please text me to let me know. Put down for next nap 1 hour after he wakes. Try to put down drowsy but awake. But if he cries, pick him up and rock, bounce, or hold him until asleep, then put down. He usually sleeps 45 minutes, but let him sleep as long as he wants. These are very detailed notes that Lindsay is sending to the nanny, correct?
Yeah.
And then she also wrote, if you have time, wash and cut up veggies, sweet potatoes, 1-inch cubes peeled, broccoli, small pieces, peppers, 1-inch pieces, plastic Ziploc bags to put them in. Next bottle 2.5 hours after the first bottle, correct?
I believe what you're reading, yeah.
So very particular about what she wanted the nanny to do, how she wanted her to do it, and when to feed Callan, when to put him down for a nap, all of those things. Very particular, correct?
Sounds like it, yeah.
Again, Thursday, September 29th, 2022. Callan last fed at 8:45. Please put him down for a nap at 9:35. We will be home from gymnastics at 11:45. Clean clothes and dryer if you get to it. So again, very specific times for putting him down and when to get up and asking her to do additional work like laundry and things like that, correct?
Yeah.
Again, October 6th, ate at 8:15, fell asleep at 8:40. Changing tables down in the bathroom. If he wakes before 9:40, give him 15 minutes to settle himself back to sleep. I'm hoping he will sleep till 10:15. If he is still asleep at 10:40, wake him. Feeding at 11 a.m. First try bottle. If he doesn't take it after 15 minutes, make oatmeal. 2 tablespoons of oatmeal. Make fed with breast milk. Heat for 5 to 10 seconds. Get very specific directions on what she wants done and how she wants Callan cared for, correct?
Yeah.
And throughout this notebook, it's more of the same, correct? Or have you even seen that?
I haven't seen it, yeah.
I have nothing further, thank you.
Which nanny was that?
That would have been Elaine Rossi.
And Elaine Rossi, how long was she the nanny for you guys?
A month or two, yeah, probably 2 months.
And she just needed more hours and moved on, and Lindsay was home, so.
Yeah, I think she preferred more hours. We couldn't really give it to her, and Lindsay was home anyway, so.
And as far as the records are concerned, it's fair to say that Lindsay has a concerned mother would give instructions to people that would take care of her infant.
Yeah, I would have done the same.
A lot of discussion about these prescriptions and scripts from the different doctors, and one of the things you referenced was that you believe that she was on trazodone. If I suggest to you that it was a Dr. Izad Parayarara Cable on November 16th of 22 that prescribed 50 milligrams of trazodone while she was on buspirone and fluoxetine. Does that refresh your memory that in November she was prescribed 50 grams of trazodone?
Yeah, I remember trazodone being like a part of the medication plan for a while.
And one of the things that you did, as we talked about, is you went to CVS and you got a list of all of those, right?
Right.
And if I suggest to you, sir, that this is just an easy reference with different colors for different doctors of exactly what the CVS provided. Does that appear to be fair and accurate? Scripts that
Yeah.
Can
Yep.
I see which one that is, please? No objection.
Okay, that may be admitted.
That's all I have, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. You may step down. Thank you. Counsel, can I see you?
All right, guys. So we got day number 2 in the books now. So I will try to get day 3 and 4 done this weekend. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks so much for the subscribing and the comments and all the other good stuff. And we will talk soon. Bye.